Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. First of all, we have to talk about that Comic Sans slander that happened yesterday. You know who you are. I love Comic Sans for two reasons. One, it lets me be funky fresh with all the memes and dog pics you're going to see today. The other is that it's a great font choice for dyslexic people. It's easy for them to read. The more you know. All right, the end of the PSA. Today we're going to talk about how to be a better partner to product management, and I hope that I don't stumble over that Peter Piper picked a peck of something, because that seems very likely to happen to me as we are talking about partnership with product management. All right, we got some crowd interactions here. How many people have heard the phrase, product and engineering should have healthy tension? Yeah, it's a lot of people, right? This is really common. Whenever I hear this phrase, I think of this tug of war where I'm on one side and product is on the other. And maybe as long as we don't topple each other over, we're okay. Like power struggle is a feature, not a bug. What about this one? Product owns the what, engineering owns the how. Who's heard that one? Yeah, a couple. I feel the same way about this phrase as I do about this traffic sign. And I also feel like it gives me the same amount of guidance, which is none. Don't love it. Don't love it. And my least favorite, any variation of engineering works for product or product works for engineering. Who has heard that unironically at work? Yeah, a couple of you. This one sucks. This sucks because this is the equivalent of saying, I can do your job better than you can. And that's rude. I did hear there were some product managers in the audience, so I'm here to say in front of God and everyone that you can't do their job. And they can't do yours. We need each other. The other thing that I will tell you is that the same things that you need to be a better partner to product management are the same tools you need to be a better leader in general. And we're going to do this in 5 steps. Are you ready? Buckle up. Step 1, we're going to look around, not just down. What do I mean by that? Both of these images are New York City. One of them is a street view. You can see maybe actual license plates, people's faces, the sides of a couple buildings. The other is a bird's eye view. You could see the skyline. You could see the water. You could see the shape of several streets, how big things are in relation to each other. Focusing just on your team is a lot like looking at the street view. It's familiar. It's close. You could see details. Looking at the organization as a whole is like looking at the city skyline. You could see how big things are in relation to each other, how they fit together. If you imagine yourself in the center of an org chart, your team is beneath you, your peers are beside you. So when we say looking down, we mean looking at your team, and looking around is looking at the rest of the organization. Your ability to look around and down is not only a great signal of how mature you are of a leader, but it's also a skill that you will need to work productively with your product manager. Step 2, redefine winning. In tandem. I use this word very carefully for an awesome photo that's coming at you next. Helmets are optional. Please ask your PM if they are okay with you buying spandex before you buy matching outfits. Did you know this is an Olympic sport? I learned that when I was looking for a photo of a tandem bicycle. They got these great aerodynamic helmets so they can go really fast. So you and your product manager, your fates are tied together. You are on the same bike. It's not a tug of war. It's not about whether you can pull them to your side or whether they could pull you to their side. The fact is, if you don't try to go in the same direction on a tandem bike, you're just going to crash. And that's bad for everyone. I want to take this a step further and really emphasize this looking around and in tandem, because you can't do your job as an engineering leader without things that your PM needs to give you. And you need to give things to your PM. This is an incomplete and short list, just the beginning of what this might look like. You owe them tech requirements, accurate estimation, effort to deliver on time. They owe you prioritization, business requirements. And then you owe each other timely triage and willingness to make trade-offs. You are on the same bike. You are not at war. You are not sparring. You literally need to go in the same direction or you will just plow into the side of the road. And nobody wants to do that. Hopefully you bought matching helmets. Step 3. Get to know your product partner as a person, as a human, right? We spend a lot of time talking about your one-on-ones with your direct reports. You need to get to know them as a person. And this is true of your product partner too. It's so easy for these meetings to fall into status updates. So just make an agreement with your product partner that you're going to have a whole one-on-one where you don't talk about work at all. Learn, do they have kids? What do they like to do for work? All of this will matter later on because it's a lot easier to have a tough conversation with someone that you know really well, with someone you're comfortable with. It's a lot easier to give critical feedback to someone when you're comfortable with them and when they trust you. So we're building that trust through these one-on-ones. Come on, guys. Let's be friends. If you're not sure how to do this, literally start with a one-on-one where you agree not to talk about work. Bring a list of questions if you feel socially awkward to help you guide you through this conversation. Product managers learn how to be friends with other people as part of their job. We don't always. So if somebody needs to make the extra effort, it's us. Step 4, approach problems with curiosity. There's going to be problems where you're going to say, my PM did this, and they're going to say, my engineers did that, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But we can actually refocus the problem to be something you can approach together, that you can solve together while riding your tandem bike. And we do that by applying all of these wonderful skills and tools that you have available, learning to debug software, applying them to process. Treat it like a separate problem to be solved, rather than starting from a space of interpersonal, somebody did this, somebody did that. If you're in your first or second leadership role, you can't tell by looking at a situation what the underlying root cause is. I'm a VP now. I've seen a lot of stuff, so sometimes I can do that, but it took many years to get there. Assume you need to debug the problem, and then approach it with your PM, as opposed to considering your PM is either part of the problem or something that you've got to deal with yourself. They're here to help. Oh, I forgot. Where are my 90s kids at? Yeah, Wishbone. Yeah, put on your little Wishbone Sherlock Holmes hat and debug the problem from there. Candle's optional. Our final step is to give your product partner choices. We didn't get this far so you can dictate what happens, right? Your product partner is someone who has developed or is developing a skill set of prioritization, of trade-offs, of context of the entire product and how they fit into it. They know a lot of stuff, and they know things that you don't. They talk to users. You probably don't. Maybe you do. Some of these places, they make you do things where you talk to clients, and some of us get very disgruntled when that happens. They are much closer to the customers than you are. They know a lot of things. They're really smart. Rely on them. Give them choices. And I'll tell you what, the optimal outcome of your relationship with your product manager is that you make a really good friend. I have a friend who I worked with twice. I liked working with this product manager so much I followed him to another company. And he's still one of my closest friends to this day. That is the optimal outcome of this relationship. So give them choices, bring them along, make them part of the process, ride that tandem bike together with them. I know there are some PMs in the audience who are probably like, yes, thank you. Yes, I'm on your side. You guys do great work. We can't do what we do without you. And I know that, and I'm telling all the rest of us that. So what have we talked about here? We've got how to be a better partner to product management, which is a lot of words to fall out of your mouth at one time, and how to be a better leader in general. You're going to look around, not just down. You're going to look at your team in the context of the wider organization. You're going to look at how products evaluated, not just engineering. You're going to take all of those things into consideration when you make decisions and when you try to influence things that happen in the organization. You're going to redefine winning in tandem with your product manager. You're riding the same bike. We're not sparring. We're riding the same bike, heading in the same direction. We want to stay on the same page. Your fate is tied to theirs, as it should be. Look, I have been the product manager and the engineering manager at a startup before. 2 thumbs down. It's not fun. We need them. They need us. Number 3, get to know your product partner as a human. Spend some time talking about things that aren't work. Don't just talk to them about status updates, and don't just talk to them about problems. They're a whole person, and you need to build that trust. Number 4, approach your problems with curiosity. Turn them into something that you can debug and that you can approach side by side with your PM. They have a lot of problem-solving skills too. They're really creative, in case you hadn't noticed. And our final step is to give them choices, bring them along. It's not a dictatorship. You each have your areas where you have more knowledge and experience and can make better decisions, but you need to work together to form the ultimate outcome for your team. And it's a joint effort together. And that's all I have for you. Thank you so much.